What's going on, Tricology family, and welcome back to another episode of the Tricology News Talk. And today, uh, man, as much I wanted to talk about the Super Bowl, but after last Sunday, I'm just not in the mood to talk about it. And for those you already know, Chiefs beat the 49ers, and I think we pretty much already know that game was red. So as soon as Taylor Swift was there, I was like, it's all over for the 49ers. So I ain't gonna go too much into the game, but a huge congratulations to the Chiefs, back-to-back champions. So whatever. But I will talk about the halftime show and Usher. He did his thing in the halftime show. So we saw Alicia Keys, we saw Lil Jon, we saw Ludacris, we saw Jermaine Dupri, and we saw her as special guest appearances during the halftime show. So yeah, Usher did his thing, and the commercials were great. And as far as movie trailers are concerned, we did get movie trailer premieres for Deadpool 3, Twister, and Wicked. And we also got special Super Bowl trailers for If, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Despicable Me 3, Bob Marley, One Love, um, A Quiet Place Day 1, and yeah, that was pretty much it. So yeah, so I think the huge the one trailer that got the huge numbers was of course Deadpool 3, which is entitled as Deadpool and Wolverine. So yeah, I am so excited for that movie. I can't wait for that movie to come out in July. So yeah, and I'm super excited for that. And as far as today is concerned, today is the People's Choice Award. I will have the link in the description below and to go over the nominees for this year's People's Choice Awards. And yeah, so with that being said, let's get into our mainstream news for today. And first thing we're going to talk about is Mark Ruffalo says Hulk isn't going to be in Captain America 4. So at least we got our confirmation there. So and I think the Hulk probably won't return until we get either She-Hulk season 2, which I hope we don't get that, or maybe the Hulk War. So one of the two. So we'll see how that goes. But let's read this story for Variety. Says, asked by moderator Ann Thompson if he would next appear in the 2025 feature, Ruffalo nodded his head and said, "Yeah, are you allowed to talk about that?" Thompson asked. "Yeah," Ruffalo said, "it's going to be great." Others, according to multiple sources, Ruffalo is not actually going to be in Brave New World. Instead, he misspoke, thinking he was agreeing that Brave New World is one of Marvel's next films that he was not going to be in. So, at least we got that confirmation there. So, moving on. Marvel's Thunderbolts move up to May 2025. So that's a good sign there. And this one coming from Slash Film says, once again, Marvel's long-awaited Thunderbolts movie has been given a new release date. The good news for those looking forward to this one is that for once, Disney has moved the film up by a couple of months rather than delay it again. Whether or not this day is one that sticks remains to be seen. So, Mark your calendars though for May 2nd, 2025, and plan accordingly. So yeah, dates still can be changed, but for right now, it's set for May 2nd, 2025. So let's hope it stays there. So and I'm excited to see what the Thunderbolts can do. Moving on, Masters of the Universe movie circles Kumba Bumblebee director Travis Knight, and this is coming from the Hollywood Reporter. Says Trevor Knight just may have the power. The Lucas CEO and part-time filmmaker is in the early talks to direct the long in the works live action adaptation of Masters of the Universe from Amazon MGM Studios. The Hollywood Reporter has confirmed that Knight isn't coming alone. Chris Butler, a longtime Knight and Lakia collaborator who wrote and co-directed Paul Norman and wrote Kumba and the Two Strings, along with among other projects, has been brought on to rewrite the script. So, yeah, and I'm excited. So hopefully we get some more details about that. And then lastly, from our mainstream news is the Fantastic Four cast has been revealed by Marvel. So according from Deadline, so and they read and they quote this tweet saying from Marvel Studios saying, "Happy Valentine's Day for Marvel's first family: Petros Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Eben Moss Buckeridge, and Joseph Quinn are the Fantastic Four. Marvel Studios' The Fantastic Four in theaters July 25th, 2025." So yeah, the Fantastic Four will be going head to head with Superman Legacy in the box office showdown. So yeah, and well, there's going to be three blockbuster movies coming out on July of 2025. You got Superman Legacy, you got the Fantastic Four, and Jurassic World 4. So, man, next year, July, is going to be crazy. So, yeah. And as far as the casting is concerned, I wish that John Krasinski could stay as Mr. Fantastic, but hey, at least we got Petro Pascal, so it is what it is. Vanessa Kirby is a great cast for Invisible Woman, and yeah, as far as the other two is concerned, they'll be fine. But as long as you don't change anything to upset the fans, so I bet you will be fine. So, but with that being said, that's all the mainstream news we have for you guys today, and let's get into our one movie review today. And of course, we're going to be talking about Bob Marley, One Love, y'all. And this one was directed by Roland Marcus Green, and Kingsley Beer plays as Bob Marley, along as LaShonda Lynch plays as Rita Marley, and James Norman as Chris Blackwell. So yeah, and this definitely tells the life of Bob Marley from his rise to fame in the mid 1970s until his death in 1981. So yeah, and I love everything they told about this movie, and so they definitely told how Marley started his Exodus album, and from his they definitely told the 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 ongoing war between the two political parties that was happening in Jamaica, and then that's what led him to temporary go away from Jamaica for a while, and then go to London, and then that's how he started his Exodus album, and then they started talking about his fight with his health issues with the rare skin cancer, and then once everything was um, calmed down in Jamaica, he returned and then perform everything. So yeah, and the only one negative I would say, I wish they were explore more about Bob Marley's stuff. Yes, they did tell the important parts on there, but the one thing they kind of left out is that they didn't tell a lot about his childhood. Yeah, some of the things that they did in the flashbacks. They did tell the story about how Bob and Rita met. So they did that, but we didn't really get much of his childhood. You know, when he was a child. Yeah, getting ready to meet his parents out of stuff. We didn't really get that much out of there. So yeah. So but yeah, but they did tell about it in the description in the beginning of the movie. So yeah, it kind of started from when he was already an artist. So and there, so yeah, that's only one negative I would say. I wish they could have like explored more, and I wish the runtime was a little bit longer because from being a 104 minutes. Like I wish it was longer. But yeah, that's the only negative I would say. But besides that, I give this movie a 10 out of 10 and an A plus grade. So this movie was definitely great. And let me just say this: I feel sorry for those who had to spend their money and watch Madam Web because the things I'm hearing from Madam Web is greatly terrible. So for those who have watched the film, I don't want to laugh at y'all, but I'm just gonna say, just go watch Bob Marley One Line to taste the get the bad Madam Web taste out your mouths. So that's the only I can say about that. So yeah, and but besides that, um, Kingsley and Lashana Lynch had definitely a great standing performances at Bob and Rita Marley. Other cast was great as well. But I forgot to mention that, but the other cast was great, and so yeah, and this was a great stand-up biopic, and I hope you guys get a chance to see it. And and with that being said, y'all, I do want to make one quick announcement. This week is my birthday week. I don't know if I'm going to be here next week, but just in case if I don't be here next week, then I will be here the following week for the next episode of the Tricology News Talk. So yeah, just to keep that in mind for that, just in case if I don't be here next week. But with that being with that being said, yeah, and if you're watching me on YouTube, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell when new episodes are uploaded. And of course, if you're listening to me on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, or any other podcast listening streaming platform, don't forget to follow me there as well. But with that being said, this is Trico, and I'm signing off, y'all. Peace.